do not have control on your external environment. You only have control on how you choose to react. Today we're going to talk about a very important aspect that people may not be aware of it, and it's called emotional dumping. Emotional dumping is when you communicate to someone, instead of telling them how a particular situation has made you feel, you tend to create stories of another person that was involved in that particular situation. For example, right now you're at school and someone makes a comment about your dress or your hair, or you're in the public space and someone makes a bad comment about your hair or your makeup. And they would say, oh, your makeup looks so dusty, or your hair is not well combed, you should buy real hair, or you should get any negative comment. And let's say in that particular instance, that does not sit well with you, and you decide to go tell a friend, tell someone that you trust, someone that you can talk to. Instead of you telling them how that made you feel, for instance, you might have felt insecure, or it might have made you angry that someone had an opinion about you and they decided to say it out loud to you, okay? Whatever the negative emotion might be, or whatever the negative comment might be. So instead of telling the person that you are venting, or rather you are confiding in, instead of telling them how that made you feel, you then decide to create stories of the other person. For example, you might say, oh, she thinks she's better than me. Oh, she thinks she looks better than me. Why would she come to me and tell me that my makeup looks so dusty? Why would she tell me that my shoes are ugly? She thinks she's better than me. Instead of you telling your friend how that made you feel, you focus on stop making stories of the other individual. And that is what we call emotional dumping. You are dumping your emotions, and that is a bad thing. That is not good. When you communicate with someone, telling them about something that upsets you, you need to focus on how that made you feel. For example, today this person told me that my shoes look ugly and it made me feel sad. How could they say something so awful to me? Instead of saying, they told me this and they think they're better than me. At the end of the day, we communicate because we want to express our emotions. We tell our friends or anyone close to us about incidents that happen in our lives that affect us negatively or positively, because we want to express our feelings. So stop emotional dumping. It does not help you at all. It rather focuses on the other person, and you focusing on creating stories about the person which may not be true, because you do not know what was the person thinking when they said those things about you. We don't know, but how you felt, that is your truth. That is your truth. So focus on your truth. Focus on explaining how that made you feel, rather than focusing on the other individual and creating stories about them. At the end of the day, you do not have control on your external environment. You only have control on how you choose to react, and stick to that.